I'm Siobhan Lynch and I work in Southern Regional College in the Newry campus.
Hi, my name is Marie-Louise Devlin and I'm a beauty therapy lecturer at Southern Regional College, Learning campus.
I am the course coordinator and assessor on the complementary therapy team. While teaching the reflexology diploma, we discovered that unless the students acquired a level 3 qualification in anatomy, physiology and pathology, they could not obtain insurance to practice or could not become members of a professional body. We knew that attending another face-to-face evening class was not an option our students were willing to take. So our dilemma really was how to deliver this level 3 unit to our students within a restricted time frame to ensure that when they finished their level 3 diploma, they also would have successfully completed a unit in anatomy and physiology. Our head of school heard about a blending learning pilot which the RSCni were planning to do with a number of colleges in Northern Ireland. So we got in touch to see if we could be part of the initial pilot group. We took a traditionally taught unit on anatomy and physiology and worked through the blended Learning Toolkit with assistance from RSCni to produce teaching materials in a format suitable for online delivery. The timeline for the production of this online unit was 14 weeks and teaching began before the development phase had even ended, so we were always working about 2 weeks ahead of our teaching dates. The time involved with creating materials was intensive. We had to create learning materials from scratch to cover 12 anatomical systems, one system for each week of the unit. I have to say the blended learning toolkit was invaluable to us during this process, especially in the design and development stage.
For me, one of the most time-consuming tasks was trying to source appropriate images for our teaching materials. The toolkit was useful as it highlighted some really helpful online resources from JISC and other open resources which I wasn't previously aware of. I also learned about Creative Commons images available for use in education and how to attribute a licence according to the author's wishes. We picked up a lot of other useful tips like how to chunk up our content and how to present our content in interesting ways. We chose an authoring tool called Articulate Studio to produce our weekly online lessons. This tool basically lets you take all of your lesson materials, add graphics, quizzes and audio voiceover. Then we wrap them all up in one complete lesson ready for uploading to the VLE.
The biggest advantage for us was that we could work in an environment that we were already familiar with, PowerPoint, but with extra features added in. It allowed us to easily add audio to our slides, insert quizzes throughout, insert video recordings, use multiple interaction templates. We could publish for multiple formats so the students could view it on their desktops, laptops, iPad, iPhone as they wished. We uploaded it to Moodle so we could easily track each student's progress and monitor their quiz results within the VLE.
Some of the many benefits that we found on this approach is that the course can be scheduled around personal and professional work, and students can work at their own pace. It reduces travel cost and time to and from college, and students can view their learning materials on the go using any mobile device. It is worth remembering that technology can sometimes be problematic, so it's important to have an induction session at the beginning of the course to sort out any potential teething problems. We got our students to come into the college on week 1 where they got to meet their prospective lecturers. We also gave them an overview of how we would deliver the lessons for each week and provided contact information for their lecturer, standard response times and preferred communication methods. Obviously the lectures can't be available on demand, so it's important to spell out to the students how and when they might be expected to receive responses to their queries.
The students worked their way through the unit each week at a time that suited them. Lecturers made themselves available online between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. every Monday evening to answer any questions through the chat facility on Moodle. This provided the students with an opportunity to discuss problem areas or queries they had with any part of the material. Students could also contact their respective lecturer through the discussion forum or by email if preferred, outside of these live sessions, in the understanding that the response would not be instant. I think our students were very receptive to this new mode of delivery. Probably one of the biggest positives for them was that it reduced the amount of time they needed to be physically on campus and in turn reduced their travel costs too.
Now that we've been through the process of creating materials for online delivery, we're definitely planning to create more blended learning materials in the new academic year. In September, we'll be working to develop a HND practical unit in sports massage for the online delivery. This unit will contain video demonstrations of practical techniques in a clinic setting.
We will also be looking at the possibility of working with another college in Northern Ireland to produce a unit which is common to other courses, which can then be offered out by other colleges and SRC.
During a recent staff development day, we presented our online unit to the hair and beauty team. This generated a lot of interest in this approach to teaching. As a result, this toolkit is a resource which we would definitely be referring to over the coming months.
Taking part in the blended learning pilot has taught both myself and Marie-Louise the fundamentals of transforming traditional teaching materials into a format suitable for online delivery. My school is very interested in investing more time and effort in developing online materials for blended delivery. I will now be mentoring other lecturers in the new academic year, helping them in the development process so that they can get up and running with their own blended learning course materials. The Blended Learning Toolkit is a guide which I will be recommending to all my colleagues.